It's me, Mikey Pipes. Welcome to episode 1 of Mikey's Garage YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I promise you, we're going to have a great journey together. It's going to be amazing. What I am going to post on this brand new channel is something that every boy, every teenager, every man, one with balls that is, dreams about having. Most. I don't know any young kid, 8, 9, 10 years old, young teenager, who does not dream about driving a Porsche 911 Turbo S. I know I did. And back then, they were sexy. And, oh my God, I remember, was it Ferris Bueller Day Off? What was it, Ferris Bueller Day Off? And he has the garage, the Porsche, his father's Porsche in the garage. And yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yes. So when I was 4 or 5 years old, there's 2 things that I dreamt about doing in life. And number 1 was being an astronaut. And number 2 was having a Porsche 911. And I actually made like a little cardboard, I would, if someone got like a neighbor got like an appliance, a refrigerator or a dishwasher or something, like a small box, I would like cut the box and make like a cardboard Porsche, right? And I try to make the little spoiler in the back. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. But this channel and the journey that we're all going to take together, I am going to document the entire process from when I originally got the bug in my head last summer when I was tired of my J-Wagon. And guys know, if you guys watch Mikey Pipes, my plumbing YouTube channel, you guys know that, I have a J-Wagon because I can't afford, I'm not going to spend the money on a G-Wagon. I'm not paying $100,000 over a list for a G-Wagon. Are you out of your effing mind? I'm also going to try to keep this PG-13. I'm trying not to curse that much, but I'm a New Yorker. It's in my mentality. So if I let an F-bomb out here and there, I apologize in advance. But the purpose of the channel, I want to document the entire acquisition of this 911 that, God willing, will be coming in August of 2022. So only a few short months away. And look at this. Already 4 subscribers to Mikey's Garage, which I just started today. Today being April Fool's, not on you, but Friday, April 1st, 2022. Thank you so much. Let's get the show on the road. I'm just giving you a brief little scenario. Last summer, I'm in the pool, hanging out with a bunch of guys. It's Friday afternoon. As you guys know, Fridays in the summertime, and even in the winter when it's nice out, I like to go home early. I do a couple jobs in the morning. I'll go home. I'll do some paperwork, and then I'll try to relax. And the guys usually I send home early anyway. If they're not home by 2:00, something happened that day, or 1:00. Nonetheless, last summer, hanging out outside the backyard, having a cigar, having some drinks with some friends that came over. That's what we like to do in my community with my friends. We hang out. Like even in the winter, I got a little campfire going on outside every Friday afternoon. That's how I roll. Get some goose, or get some Stoli Elite, or maybe even some 1942 Don Julio. Or a new one I got, a tequila La Neta. Extra añejo. The best. Anyway, I'm telling the guys, like, you know what, I got this J-Wagon, Jeep Wrangler Sport, that replaced my Tesla Model S, which was my second Tesla Model S. It got lemon lawed because the thing was falling apart, and it was spent the whole summer previously at Tesla Service Center in Syosset, New York. Buddy of mine just picked up a G-Wagon. He's like, Mike, you got to drive this thing. Throws me the keys. And it drives like a fucking tank. But the engine sound is incredible. Another friend of mine comes over. Not mentioning any names. He just got himself a 4-door Bentley. And I take that for a spin. And I'm not spending $300,000 on a Bentley, and I'm not spending $300,000, which is $100+ over a list for a G-Wagon. And I'm thinking, like, maybe I'll get a Porsche. And another buddy of mine has got a brand new Panamera. right? Turbo S. He goes, Mike, you won't go wrong with a Porsche. It could be a second car. You keep it in the garage. Weekends, you go out for dinner, take the wife out in it. I was like, listen, I had a Maserati, Gran Turismo convertible, and you know what? The wife hated it. It's too low to the ground, whatever. She goes, no, trust me. When you pull up, you go after dinner, the valet parks the car right in front, like it's authority, like a Ferrari or a Lambo. I'm like, all right, whatever. And he goes, plus they hold their value. And last summer, things weren't really that hectic. You know, you could still get things, but it's hard to get like a Porsche 911. And I'm like, I don't know if it's going to happen. But I did some research. A friend of mine, very successful guy, very, very nice and just genuine. You know, if you needed a t-shirt and he had one on, he'll give it to you. Very, very nice guy. And he's very, very successful. Actually just took his company public. Guys, the guy is such a modest and just a nice guy. But nonetheless, he's got a few Porsches, you know, from old school, vintage to, and everything in between. And he goes, Mike, I was like, get yourself a 911 Turbo S. Get the Sport. You won't regret it. I was like, yeah, but Stan, it's another like, damn. I'm like, it's another like 25,000. He goes, you won't regret it because it's got a lot of features that you're going to love, and it's going to build more value on the car. And I said, okay, no problem. So I sit down at the computer and I start dreaming of colors and cars. And this is what I came up with. All right, this is not the exact color, the blue, because 7 months ago, right, they had a midnight blue metallic. And this is some other stupid thing. This is, what is it called? This is called Genetine blue metallic. All right, we can mix them together now. And I did it with the burgundy. Come on, go away. With that, the red roof. And the blue made it really hot and sexy. And you go through the design of everything, you know, the seats, the stitching, you know, all the options, you know, all this good stuff. And Porsche gives you a Porsche code. And you can take that to a dealer and order it, right? So I called up New York Motorsports, Manhattan Motorsports in New York City, Manhattan. They do Bentley, they do Porsche, and a few other ones. And I call him up, and I already have a connection there because another friend of mine is on his second Porsche. And he gives me his sales guy's name, phone number, and I reach out to him. And he goes, yeah, no problem, send me the Porsche code. And he goes, yeah, I can get it to you probably maybe 18 months, worst case 24 months. And the next question he asked me, are you buying with cash, financing, leasing, what do you want to do? And I'm like, you know what? If I put $250,000, I'll give you $250,000 right now. It's money that I can't put into other things. So I'm not leasing it, so I'm probably going to finance it. We'll probably do maybe 3 or 5 years. It depends on what the terms are. And he goes, okay. And I'm like, if not, I'll use one of those exotic or luxury finance companies, like I think it's Westwood or whatever it is. Hoovy's that guy Hoovy's Garage, he talks about it all the time. Westlake, whatever. I was like, but when you're buying something at this caliber, it's like buying a house. If you have $1 million in the bank and you're going to buy a house for $250,000, you know, to live in, you don't do that. You're better off taking that money and investing it or repurposing it so you can make, you know, instead of taking $250,000 and buying something like tangible like this or an investment like a house, you're better off, you know, getting a loan as long as the terms are good and spread over the payments. Like with a house, you know, 15, 20, 30-year mortgage. And we'll talk about that on later videos on what my beliefs are as far as, you know, really rapidly paying off your mortgage on your house. You know, I had a 30-year mortgage, but it's going to be paid off in 17 years. Seriously. I took a 30-year mortgage to make it to 17. The Porsche, I'm torn between 3, 4, or 5 year. I won't go past 5. And as long as the terms are acceptable, like 1.9 or 2.9% interest, it's worth it. I'll go even as high as maybe 4%. But over that, it's really not cost effective. But if I tell you that there are certain businesses and investments that you can make out there, and as being a conservative number, or so a liberal number, I can, whatever, I can, you can make anywhere between 30 to 300% of your money per year. It depends on how much risk you want to take, realistically. And we'll talk about that in other videos on this channel, so stay tuned. Because just whatever. That's what he asked me. I was like, so I'm probably going to do that. And he goes, all right. And it was like, we need a $20,000 deposit. I was like, okay, no problem. And I'll draw up the paperwork. I was like, all right, cool. And yeah, it's like once the order comes in, we need 10%. I'm like, all right, but I'm probably going to finance it. I was like, well, we'll talk about that. And I was like, just want to let you know, we charge 20% premium for special order a 911. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, we charge 20%. I was like, hold on. So if I order this car for $250,000, you're going to charge me $50K on top of that? He goes, yeah, we have incredible demand right now in our slots. Slots are quite desirable. And I'm like, yeah, no thanks. And I hang up the phone. I'm like, if you think I am going to spend 20%, give you $50,000, and the car's not really $250,000. I think as spec it's $239. But nonetheless, a slot is a position that a dealer has to custom build a car for a customer. And, they get a certain amount per year, and yeah, so that's where we're at. So I was like, I'm not paying you 20% over a list. It's not happening. I'll pay list. He's like, I'm sorry we can't do business. And I'm like, all right, I guess not. So I started calling around. I went to South Shore Porsche in Freeport. I believe I called Huntington in Huntington Porsche, which is in Suffolk County. That's near where Danielson and Peter Pan live. They wanted like 20,000 over list. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. So I kind of like, I had this dream, since being, basically like 5 or 6 years old of having a Porsche. And I guess I could buy a used one, but better to have new. Well, that was an interesting phone call, which I get quite frequently at Pipe Doctor. Since I'm a influencer and superstar, this is what they say, I get about 5 or 6 calls a week of people asking to work for Mikey Pipes with experience. Yeah, so I should probably... It's crazy. Anyway, here I am disappointed that I'm not going to get my... I'm not going to be able to order a brand new Porsche. And there's the phone.
Here from Solar Solution on a recorded line. How are you today?
What is your name again?
My name is Shansai. I'm calling you from Solar Solution. It's all about solar panels. Can I talk to the homeowner?
Why?
Well, actually, sir, right now we are just providing free information regarding solar for those homeowners who are facing high electric bill. So I do believe you are the homeowner, right?
Okay.
All right. Am I speak with Mr. Michael Deer? Is that correct, sir?
Yep.
All right. And so just last 2 things from my side, like according to my information, your average electric bill is more than $100. Is that correct, sir?
More than $100? Yes.
On
Yes.
average, your monthly.
On a red monthly? What?
No. I'm saying that like your average electric bill is more than $100. On every month,
my
you're
red.
paying more than $100.
Hold on. You said my red electric bill? What do you mean by red electric bill?
Your electric bill, sir.
Yes, but you said
Average electric bill.
my reg. What is that?
Your average.
What is a reg?
Every month.
My reg. Okay. Yes. I think he gave up on us.
How much do you pay then?
What?
How much do you pay on like every month?
Oh,
What is the average of your light bill?
my average of my light bill, sir. You're probably calling from a call center in India, and I'm having a very hard, difficult time hearing you
Oh my
properly.
God. You are trying to be our smart motherfucker. So you understand each and everything. You know that you're trying to be our smart.
How about I take a fistful of bacon and shove it up your
Mother
mother's?
asshole. Fuck your mother asshole, bitch.
Anyway, they try to get me. Oh man. Oh, anyway. Hope you got a little mid video entertainment. Where were we? Okay. So I got disappointed. Wasn't gonna get the car. I reached out to my guy Anshi over at First Class Leasing. Great guy. You need any kind of vehicle to make it happen. Let me just quickly show you their website. There it is, First Class Leasing NY. My family's been dealing with Anshi for years upon years. Got countless cars from them. Very nice. You name it, they'll hook you up. They got an office in Inwood and an office on Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn. So I call him up, and I'm like, Anshi. I was like, what are my odds of getting a Porsche 911? He goes, oh, I just delivered one the other day. I'm like, I'm not talking about a regular 911. I'm talking about a Turbo S Cabriolet. And he goes, now we're talking, Mikey Pipes. Now we're talking. And he goes, it's so funny. He goes, I just picked up one a couple weeks ago. I go, oh yeah? I was like, damn. And he goes, for himself, because actually replaced an earlier model. Anyway, on she goes, I got you. I deal with Porsche dealers all throughout up and down the East Coast. I will get you in a Porsche within a year. And I was like, Anshi, I'm not paying over retail. And he goes, I got you. I'm like, all right. So I give him my Porsche code, and he calls me back, starts laughing. He goes, Mike, you're like, what are you doing here? It's like, this is like a child's car. Like, you gotta like design something that, others will find desirable, where it increases the value, it holds value. And he goes, Mike, this is what you're gonna do. And we went online and we designed this. Here it is. It is absolutely beautiful German automobile. Look at this thing. This thing is beyond retarded. Beyond. So let's talk about quickly. We'll quickly go over some of the specifications. We'll go from there. My exterior, chalk white. Right? It's an expensive option, but it really separates this from the regular white or the regular Porsche car color that you have out there. And yes, you can go with the custom manufacturer colors, but you're talking to $10 to $12, $15,000 for a custom manufacturer paint job when you order a Porsche. I did the roof. I'll show you that. The roof is in blue, as you can see there. Let's just do the side profile. Look at that. Driver's rear profile view picture. Absolutely breathtaking. Interior, I went with the granite blue with the chalk cross stitching, as you can see there. It's really nice. And since I went with the Sport or the S, I'm getting several other features that are just so deserving, and that's the Sport package, and you get the Sport the seating, and you get the Sport wheels. The steering wheel's a little different, but it's really sick car. So we put together this Porsche here, as you can see, and top right-hand corner. Yeah, that's what it is. About right before, was it right before or right after? Right after Christmas, I get a phone call from Anshi, and he goes, Mike, the Porsche dealer is going to call you. I'm like, all right. And he goes, no, he's been trying to call you. I'm like, oh, I only picked up the call because I saw you were calling me, and I figured maybe you want some Nets tickets, whatever. And he goes, no, they've been trying to call you. You got to pick up the phone. I'm like, all right, no problem. So phone rings a few minutes later, and it's the Porsche dealer in like Kaksaki, like Pennsylvania. And this guy, Erwin, gives me a call. And he goes, Mike, I've been talking with your auto guy. And let's just go over the configuration because I'm putting the build in today. And I'm like, all right. And he goes, you went with the chalk white. We got to make some more changes. Only because certain things you got to have on a 911 turbo. And some things you can get rid of. And I was like, so one, we're going to get rid of some stupid things. Like I ordered the heads-up display. I ordered some crazy electronic stuff. Backup cameras, self-driving. I was like, Mike, you're not going to be driving this car as a daily driver. You could, though. But you tell me, Auntie told me that you may be going to drive it 2 miles a day, if that. And if you take it out every day. And I was like, well, realistically, you're probably going to bring it down to Florida or maybe to place in South Carolina. And you'll keep it there. And in New York. Nonetheless, we went over the final configuration, and my price went from $219 to no, so it's $224 to $239. What's a couple? What's another $10,000-$15,000 at the end of the day when you're doing something like this anyway? I was like, all right, whatever. And I was like, listen, I'm going to charge your Amex $5,000. I was like, sure, no problem. And I see that when you did the online build that you wanted to have the delivery experience in Atlanta. And I go, I would love that. And he goes, all right, so let me tell you what that's about. So basically, I think it's like $500. Am I recording? Yes. Porsche has this crazy this experience center in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And they, it's like a 10-minute drive from the airport, Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. So perfect. I can hop on my favorite airline, Delta, fly in there and be there shortly thereafter. Well, anyway, they have they got great experience there. You got to bring your driver's license and all this other good stuff. But they treat you to lunch and all that other good stuff. And why does my phone not stop ringing? Please.
From Discover. I am calling in regards to rate expiration. We've been trying to reach you as your eligibility for rate reduction is about to expire. Press 1 for more information, or hang up this call.
Oh my God, it never ends. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had a Zoom conference call with some attorneys. Can't get into it. I have a non-compete, non-disclose. Car's incredible. I'm going to wrap up this video, but we'll catch round 2 on certain specifications, things like that. But I just wanted to I started this channel today, and I wanted to give you guys some content on what was going through my mind, my lunatic's mind, on why I decided to order this and buy it. And I will I'll probably keep it. I'm still torn between keeping it and or flipping it because the demand is that high. I could basically sell the slot and make 60, 70 grand. So pretty incredible. All right, guys, let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section down below. We quickly went over some of the specifications. Well, not really. Let me just quickly go over that with you actually right now. Just so you could see what's going on. And I'm going to try to... let's see what we can do here. Let's bring this down a little bit right there and right over here. All right, so let's just talk about a little bit stuff right here, right there. Okay, so here is the base car. This is the 911 Turbo S Cabriolet. There's the retail price. I went with the chalk color. And I'm only doing this so you could actually see what specifications I have with the car, but also maybe I'm missing something. I have 35 days before it's locked in, and I didn't even get to show you the track my Porsche, but I'll show you that in a quick second after we do over this. But take a quick peek. Take a quick peek of this. Screenshot it if you'd like. Everything right here is on page 1. Yeah. So let me show you to track your process of your delivery. So here it is on Porsche's website, once you log into your account, you could track the process. As you can see, I'm picking it up in Atlanta. Right now, we're in pre-production. We had a milestone, which was order created yesterday. It's been there for a while. Interesting. Freeze point, 35 days. So I have approximately 35 days, well, not more than 35 days, where I can make changes to the order. And as you can see, estimated time till deal arrival is 119 days. So guys, take a look at the specifications. Let me get your thoughts and feedback. Hold on a second. All right, Mike is done for the day. It's 12:30. I was like, Mike, go home. Start your weekend. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. He's like, wow. I was like, yeah, come on. It's Friday. And it's beautiful. It's like 65 degrees. The sun is coming in and out. But nonetheless, I wanted to just get some content on here for the channel. I really appreciate all the viewers and subscribers to the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor YouTube channel, the Mikey Pipes Uncensored YouTube channel, the Navian Leaks YouTube channel, and now this, Mikey's Garage. Today is Friday, April 1st, 2022, and I cannot wait to go to the moon with all of you in a Doge rocket powered by Elon Musk. Let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section down below. If there's something I'm missing, let me know. I'm in for all the criticism and comments, and I will seriously consider all of them. I got 35 days, guys. Help me out. If you think the car looks tits, let me hear about it in the comment section down below. If you think it's not, let me hear it in the comment section down below as well. All right, guys. For all those who celebrate, Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend for everyone else. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.